Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time we're reviewing on The Ultimate, Volume 1, Superhuman. Now, as you know, the Ultimates are the alternative version of the Avengers in the Ultimate Universe. They are meant to be a team of heroes set up by the government. And here we got Captain America with his pose and the Ultimates standing around thinking, damn, I want to be like him. Now, again, the Ultimates kind of felt more like a movie title and so on. So let's get on the story. It starts off how planes are flying into North Atlantica in 1945. Soldiers are waiting saying, you know, I can't believe that German would do something evil as shoot down a plane filled with Camel cigarettes. These French things kill you. No, cigarettes! Your teeth, stay in your teeth, Bucky. Whether they got down there on that island's gonna kill us. So they're mainly talking about that they've got their own super soldier with Captain America, who is looking at a picture of his fiancée and says, "One moment to drop zone, boss." He says parachutes are for girls. So they mainly all go on the parachutes while Captain America jumps off, which shows how strong he is. And now they're in a major war zone, which kind of reminds me of something from G.I. Joe or something. And everyone is getting gunned down. People are fighting like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What? How the heck did... Ah! And so he talks to one of them saying, what do you think you're doing, Bond? Get off of me, you lunatic. It's a bandage. I need not a picture. Will you shut up and keep still? Me and Cap have been on enough of these missions to know how to treat a bullet wound, Kowalski. Oh! Okay, I'm sorry. And talk about where's Captain America and so on. So then something happens. A plane is getting gunned down, lands right through the doors, destroying it through. And then they see Captain America, who poses saying, what are you waiting for, ladies? Christmas? And so they head through, and Captain America says, you're a little too quiet back there, Bucky. Talk to me, pal. These lousy jokes of yours are the only way I can tell you're still alive. When we're doing this stuff. Oh my god! This is impossible. What? And they talk about how they have a bomb. So Captain America goes through, manages to go on to it. And at the same time, everyone watching as Captain America risks his life. So instead of Bucky going on the bomb like his main Marvel counterpart, he never did, and never becomes the Winter Soldier. So he ends up taking off, and like, huh? What are they gonna go? What are they doing? Giving up? Are you kidding? As far as the characters are compared, that's mission accomplished, fellas. They're just trying to get Cap on two-way to see where we should go from here. And so Captain America goes on from the bomb, manages to disarm it, pointing a grand grenade to it, and blows himself up. Where one of the German soldiers says, "Oh, harmless Wunden, Gosk Unden." And so it blows up in an atomic fireball, and Cap falls down with his helmet and picture of his fiancée still there, and Captain America thinks to himself while going down to the icy depths. And we're introduced to 2002. Now, again, since this is the Ultimate Universe, it still has a large continuity. And so Iron Man is looking up at the mountainsides, saying, you know, this has to be just my favorite place in the whole world. Happy no meetings, no call phones, no contracts being pulled over by snake-eyed little lawyers. And so they mainly heads back. And then the big part 2 is we're introduced to Nick Fury talking with Banner saying, could I assume and ginger oven roast in the sweet? Red peppers, no onions, please. They kind of bring me out in a rash. Just the steak. Thanks, medium rare. Thank you, sir. And so Fury's like, listen, I'm sorry about the view, Dr. Banner. All those little Guinnesses could organize our schedule. No one even stops in, thinks about they're sitting us for lunch. I just hope watching them rebuild doesn't bring the whole Hulk thing back to you. The Hulk? And remembers what happened with Spider-Man and such, and they talk about the projects of the super soldier serum they're working on. And at the same time, as such, the super soldier program you've been working on for the last 8 years, for example. Why would you say I've told you that the president just authorized $150 cash injecting for new Captain America? And so they talk about the potential, what it could do. And then we're introduced to Pym Industries, or a research facility in Pittsburgh, where Janet is walking in, and like, am I losing my mind here, or are these insects helping with the removal, Jason? Oh, sorry, Mrs. Pym, but I'm authorized to ask clarification information. You have to ask your husband. You want details about the ants? Ants? Yeah. What do you think, Jen? Aren't they incredible? I've got 2.5 million of them clearing out the lab. Another 50,000 keeping everyone in hot drinks. They're pretty much perfected the coffee. That's kind of disgusting. Ants making coffee and helping move. Hell, Hank Pym would make a great mover guy. So of course, in this reality, Janet is Asian and is also a mutant. And so, mainly they talk saying, no one in S.H.I.E.L.D. has a spotless record, but I think Nick Fury was being suspicious when he said he wanted to drag us out of the shadows. The superhero thing is supposed to be getting the biggest public relations, plus the human history, and the fact that Stark's involved can only be good sign, right? Tony Stark? Don't you get the email? Apparently, Mr. Clan of the Fortune 50 came from a mountain and told me he could have Iron Man for his nice new team. And so, in this reality, Iron Man's armor is much different, and instead is being monitored and piloted. And where he manages to get out and says, vodka and orange, it's 10 a.m. Cheers, by the way. Not in Moscow, old boy. And so they manage to head to his quarters, where him and Nick Fury are talking about the Iron Man stuff. I like how references you get, like, the main Marvel stuff and other Iron Man suits. And so, yeah, Tony's like, you're a very, very strange individual, Mr. Stark. Really, I hoped being worth $300 on paper might qualify me as an intellectual gentle Fury. So, mainly at the landing bay, Bruce and Janet meet and talking about how, and Janet talks about how she and Betty used to be at college, and talk about about the whole Star Wars re-releases and stuff, and talking about how, and Banner talked about how he was in a toxic relationship with Betty after she read a magazine column. So they mentally set Hank up, and just as you think Hank is gonna hurt himself, turns out he fakes it saying, psych. And Janet's like, Hank Pym, I'm gonna kick your 59 feet, even half an inch? Way to go, Dr. Pym. Oh man, on the scale of 1 to 10, how much did that rock, Banner? 10, Jason, definitely 10. Yeah. And so, mainly at Dr. Banner's quarters, he's talking about how they found Captain America, who has been frozen in ice. Now, in the main Marvel continuity, Captain America was found by the Avengers, and again, this is a separate continuity. This is more newer. So meanwhile, at a island area, Hank Pym's like, afternoon, ladies. And so Janet is recording what Hank Pym is doing, and they get a phone call from Tony Stark. At the same time, the lab team are working on Captain America, and this causes Captain America to go super crazy. Yeah, wouldn't it have been easier just to undo the wrists and basically, I don't know, keep him in a simulation similar to 1940s? It worked with the Captain America movie. So they mainly try and hit him with darts and stuff. Captain America heads out. And they're like, oh jeez, well in hand, are you out of your mind? You just killed Captain America, you idiot. Relax, Doc, he's still wiggling. So they're mainly relieved that Captain America's still alive, despite Hank Pym crushing him. So Hank Pym decides to visit his old fiancée and his friend Bucky, who are thrilled to see him. Now, at the same time, Captain America meets his fiancée again, and also, mainly, Hank Pym sees Bucky, who is glad to see him. So, of course, in this reality, Bucky was never frozen and never became the Winter Soldier. And again, Captain America's fiancée doesn't want to meet Captain America. Why? It's been years, and it would feel awkward, like stepping out of a photo. So I'm going to have to end it here, so like, comment, and subscribe. Comic Reviewer here, signing out.